Day 5. Boyfriend sprains his ankle while running away from Chip Whistler. Prulhue overhears Overlord and Anixel talking in the distance. Forrest Blackwell constructs a shack. Darnell injures himself. Rex Dangavist questions his sanity. Lord Business practices his archery. Mecha practices his archery. M. Bison collects fruit from a tree. Isaac receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Tabuya discovers a river. Ender discovers a river. Azura is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Minbit questions her sanity. V2 tries to sleep through the entire day. Mr. Puzzles questions his sanity. Stupid Face practices his archery. Jimmy Carter receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Rick Rude and Bart Wayne fight unspeakable and original Vaginair. Rick Rude and Bart Wayne survive. Mind Flayer makes a slingshot. Jotaro Kyojo collects fruit from a tree. Bad Cop makes a wooden spear. Fandroid runs away from monster. Charlotte Emily attacks Otis, but he manages to escape. Courage the Cowardly Dog receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Miles Edgeworth makes a slingshot. King Cobberface makes a slingshot. Pico receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Dr. Sawyer fishes. Flowey searches for a water source. Zymla collects fruit from a tree. Gray Man searches for a water source. Big John Inatter constructs a shack. Enjana discovers a river. Metaton tries to sleep through the entire day. Dr. 4T practices his archery. Senator Armstrong explores the arena. Kevin Nash searches for a water source. The Mountain Man overhears Paine's Cupcake and Helga talking in the distance. Moosecraft hunts for other tributes. Girlfriend makes a slingshot. Sonic.exe receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Technoblade tries to spear fish with a trident. Rick Prime diverts very cancerous rodent's attention and runs away. Tenna is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Cyrix scares Vince McMahon off. Senpai is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Lee Bear stalks combine. Ilani sets an explosive off, killing Shang Tsung. Makoto Nagi questions his sanity. Haim chases the shotgun man. Vox tries to spear fish with a trident. Oogway and Dr. Light work together for the day. Lord Vortek practices his archery. Yuna chases shark.
Fallen tributes. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Windsweep. District 12. Unspeakable. District 12. Original Engineer. District 7. Shang Tsung. District 10.
Night 5. Charlotte Emily climbs a tree to rest. Dr. Sawyer tends to his wounds. Otis convinces Jotaro Kyojo to snuggle with him. Stupid Face, Lee Bear, and Vox unsuccessfully ambush Jimmy Carter, Azura, and Miles Edgeworth, who kill them instead. Minbit tends to the shotgun man's wounds. King Cobberface, Prulhue, Rex Dangavist, and Haim sleep in shifts. Rick Prime lets Fandroid into his shelter. Darnell lets Dr. 4T into his shelter. The Mountain Man receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Monster quietly hums. Pico is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Enjana is awoken by nightmares. Metaton receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Gray Man sets an explosive off, killing Bart Wayne, V2, and Senpai. Mr. Puzzles cooks his food before putting his fire out. Forrest Blackwell questions his sanity. Paine's Cupcake receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Very cancerous rodent loses sight of where he is. Mecha quietly hums. Anixel, Boyfriend, Lord Vortek, Cyrix, and Ender sleep in shifts. Flowey thinks about winning. Ilani and Rick Rude talk about the tributes still alive. Isaac and Zymlu hold hands. M. Bison, Helga, and Shark sleep in shifts. Makoto Nagi destroys WUS supplies while he is asleep. Girlfriend, Mindflayer, Yunu, and Bad Cop tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Vince McMahon tends to his wounds. Chip Whistler tends to Technoblade's wounds. Dr. Light defeats Sonic.exe in a fight, but spares his life. Lord Business thinks about home. Moosecraft and Oogway talk about the tributes still alive. Tenna, Big John Inatter, and Kevin Nash cheerfully sing songs together. Senator Armstrong thinks about winning. Overlord goes to sleep. Scumbine tries to sing himself to sleep. Courage the Cowardly Dog quietly hums.